Hello everyone, it is me, and today I'm going to be doing a discussion video on my thoughts on the Alastor and the Voodoo controversy, because it's been doing quite a lot of rounds on Twitter as well as YouTube, certainly on Twitter though, so I decided to give my thoughts on it, and keep in mind it's going to be a very extremely sophisticated discussion, so don't think you're going to be hearing any groundbreaking points. It's going to be me giving my thoughts on the matter and my say on it. So essentially, there have been a lot of rants about Has-Been Hotel and the Alastor and the recent Voodoo card that being released of Has-Been Hotel series, saying that it's kind of like makes Voodoo make it a satanic religion, and makes it racist because Alastor isn't white, which, very extremely broad statements, but I'll explain it more in a few seconds. But when it comes to the first thing, the fact is though that lots of them, let's be honest, one of the main arguments about it is that lots of people in Africa practice voodoo, and it is a closed religion, and that you have to have permission by a priest to practice it. So the first thing is that I looked in a bit into voodoo before this video, and I'm quite certain you can practice voodoo for good and evil reasons. So even if it is in a bad light, you can still practice voodoo. Essentially, you can still practice it and make it in your own evil way, since it's not like you can only do voodoo for good, you can do voodoo for bad, which doesn't really have anything to do with racism or anything along those lines. Keep in mind, I'll say I'm not an expert on the topic. This could be just all I know, and I could be wrong about this stuff. But if I want to use voodoo for evil reasons, I could just use it for that, to do evil reasons as well. So, in that regard, it doesn't make any sense that it's really against voodoo or making it seem like a bad religion, because you can still do evil with it, and it doesn't make anything sorry, I'm kind of sorry for a moment, anything like satanic. Or I know I don't think people who practice voodoo believe in Satanism like Lucifer, but anything evil about it, like evil, people can still practice it as well. And also I was saying stuff about Alastor isn't mixed black, so he can't practice it. First of all, you do get converts as well. You do get converts. Sorry, I kind of suddenly went to the second point, but I want to say it right here. You do get converts for every religion. Yes, on average, imagine the voodoo population is on average black. We still always get them converts for everything, for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't really make much of a saying that Vizzy Poppy racist, because you can still get white people who practice voodoo. I do know they're similar to I keep in mind I could be wrong about this, but I am aware that they are I believe very separate denominations, like the Protestant school of Christianity with voodoo. So there's different types of schools that practice in certain ways. So it's not even if Alastor was from a completely white family, which he isn't, because he certainly is mixed race on his mother's side, I'm quite certain of. He could still certainly practice voodoo due to her teaching it, or even without her mother or his father. Sorry, he could still certainly practice voodoo by believing in it, even if it's for Machiavellian reasons and evil reasons. He could certainly practice it. So in that regard, I don't see the point in saying how it's racist, because anyone can really practice it as long as they get permission. And if it's practiced down from one of his parents, then I don't see the point. And also, as well, that lots of these people don't even care to begin with, because it's such just an utterly pathetic reason as well. Because I'm seeing this lots of stuff people say the patterns that Vizzy Pop used for the trading cards and Alastor himself makes it bad. I'm first of all, not many people really even know voodoo that well, since we're in a first world country, so people are not really gonna care. Socially shun people who practice voodoo because of Alastor. And second, And second, like, look, I'm not a historian. I'm not a historian. But first of all, like, even so, and if like people are saying that back when the slave trade first happened, and slaves were still practicing voodoo for most of the time, like early like 1800s. Slaveholders thought they could like possibly like attack them with it and stuff along those lines. Even then, though, like this was like over 100 years ago. Everyone who was a part of the slave trade is essentially dead. So who cares? Who really cared? Like, I know some people saying it's still like essentially like carry on colonialism, but essentially even if it's allowed like colonial background in making it more bad than it is anyone like going and invading Africa and making it their own country, like the British Empire is back? No, so I don't really see the point in that. And also, like most of these people don't even care in the first place. Essentially, like this was my main part of the rant because most of these parts were just more subtle rants about it. Like they're not very sophisticated. There certainly is a good chance I got things wrong about the 3 points I made, but this is the main point. Like mostly people don't even care. They're just essentially just Puritans at the end of the day. Like they don't actually care in like watching the show, seeing what's it about. They all just want to make themselves feel good and make themselves feel like essentially like proper like Puritans, making themselves feel holy and vow, whether they believe in God or not. That's essentially it. They just want to make themselves feel good. They don't care about watching the show, like I said before. We just want to care about like making themselves feel better than everyone's like, oh my god, it said something that's upset me. Oh my god, this is terrible. This shouldn't be allowed. Stuff along those lines. Like it's just incredibly childish. We just see like essentially these Machiavellian narcissists who essentially they don't care about watching the show, whether they enjoy it or not. We just want to make everything like in their own way to make themselves feel good. I guarantee they don't even feel offended by the voodoo industry. Sorry, I stuttered for a moment. The voodoo industry. Sorry, the voodoo imagery. Sorry, I got it right the third or fourth time. In the production or in the television show, they don't care. They just want to make themselves look good and make themselves feel good and make themselves feel holy and vow. Like I said before, and I don't mean like a religious sense. They just want to make themselves feel much more better than everyone else, much more proper. Like I said before, the back in the day it was about like video games causing violence or like sexual themes. Now it's just like voodoo or anything about religion or about gays. Essentially just that now in the modern time. Essentially in my eyes, it's just like the opposite way around. And it's unfortunately not how it should be about. You should be able to have creative freedom and make jokes about whatever you want, or put any imagery in whatever you want, unless it's like against children, like actual genuine children. That's the only valid reason I can say about like censoring stuff. But other than that, essentially just these modern day Puritans just trying to make themselves look good. They don't care about the show and they don't even feel interested in watching it. So anyway, that's all my thoughts on it. Like I said before, this is just like a small video. I guarantee it won't get that many views, but this is just my opinion on it. Comment below what you thought about it. Do you agree with it or don't you? Because keep in mind, I'm not an expert on it, like I said before, though. This is like a quick discussion video. So if anything I said was incorrect or you actually agree with people who are kind of criticising it, Alastor having voodoo themes in it, comment below because I won't block you or anything. I'll try and have a discussion with you and see if you can change my mind. So because I'm quite an open-minded person, like I don't know the answers to everything, but that's what I have to say about the rant. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Goodbye.